time now for Truth or Fake, and I'm joined here in the studio by James Creedon. James, welcome to you.
Thanks, Tom.
Let's begin with some news of President Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine, who appears to have been honoured in Poland by having his face printed on a stamp.
Indeed. So he's already had his face on a mug. He is becoming, I think, one of the most famous people in the world. He's certainly an icon in this particular war, and a huge amount of public support around the world for the stance he has taken. So we've already seen this sort of a gesture of support. That's a mug on eBay. You can find examples of that in various different on various different websites. And now we see this example of a stamp in his image, also in that sort of pop art style. That one, of course, reminiscent of the Obama poster from his first term, I believe. In any case, some were surprised at this because this is Poland. It's not Ukraine. It's certainly an honour, but usually an honour bestowed for statesmen or monarchs or whatnot. Quite an unusual move that would be to be made. But what the truth of this, in fact, is, it's not the Polish post office and it's not the Polish state honouring Zelensky in this way. It is actually a local representative of Krakow Town Council by the name of Lukas Wantuk. It's a sort of a publicity stunt, also a way of making raising some money for the war effort in Ukraine. And these stamps, which he ordered himself, had made up himself, were then presented to the Russian ambassador in Warsaw. So it was a way of drawing attention to the support that he felt was very much representative of the broader mood in Poland. And indeed, the town that he represents in the town council, Krakow, is twinned with Lviv in the west of Ukraine. So there you go. It wasn't actually a state effort or an effort by the post office in Poland, but rather an individual effort.
Okay, so a creative way of showing solidarity for Ukraine. Let's move on now to a quote from the Dalai Lama that's shocked a lot of people because it suggests he sympathises with white supremacists.
That's right. Now, this is a quote from a CNN tweet. The Dalai Lama sparks controversy after stating white nationalist talking points on immigration and nationhood, causing condemnation in a rambling conversation. The elderly monk appeared to suggest that so-called white countries had a right to expel non-white people. So there you go. Reuters fact check got their sleeves rolled up and had a look at that, and unsurprisingly, by the rambling and not very elegant way in which it's written on CNN's official Twitter account there, which is not its official Twitter account, this was a fake tweet. CNN have confirmed that to Reuters. Certainly, that's not the style in which, first of all, why would they be kind of bringing that up now? It's not exactly news in and of the moment, and it's certainly not the way it would be expressed or redacted by CNN's social media team. Now, if you do a little bit more digging, in 2018, he did give a speech in the city of Malmö in Sweden where he said that other countries were morally responsible for helping refugees who face danger, but that they should eventually return to rebuild their own countries. So perhaps this quote here, which was then picked up by a white supremacist Twitter account and put up on 4chan and elsewhere, was perhaps based on elements drawn from that speech, but then, of course, with a very white nationalist spin on things. So there you go. It shows the extent to which I think there can be a grain of truth often in the way information is spun in quite a dishonest manner.
Yeah, it seems to be an account that promotes the unification of Ukraine and Russia. Or maybe I've misunderstood something from those two flags and the plus sign between them.
It looks like it could be indeed, yeah.
Now, you've also been looking at a video that claims to show a Muslim girl being beaten just because she chose to date a non-Muslim person. What's the truth behind this?
It's a pretty troubling video. I'll play it for you now, and we can see here. And it's perhaps not necessary to look at everything, but there's a degree of domestic violence going on in this video, and it's being presented on an Indian Twitter account as a Muslim girl in the United States, you can see the US flag there, being beaten by a brother for wanting to date non-Muslim guys. Now, this is in the context, I suppose, of tensions in India between, I suppose, different aspects of the society. There would be a degree of Islamophobia in India. 14% of the Indian population is Indian. And so that might explain why this Indian, quite nationalist Twitter account would be sharing content like that. But in fact, it's a complete misrepresentation of what's going on in that video. It has been clarified a number of different times that this is a video from 2021, and it is actually a young gypsy girl in the West Russian town of Krasnodar, who indeed was being manhandled and shoved around by a member of the family because she was actually dating a Ukrainian. So, if you like, that there is. It's true that there was a poor young woman being treated badly, but the nationality is wrong, the location is wrong. All of the details are inaccurate about it, and then that was being used to sort of play into prejudices that exist in India. So they're a completely dishonest take on things there.
Okay, and just lastly, the defamation lawsuit and the court hearings between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Lots of attention online. Crowds of relatives supposedly gathered at the court today to cheer on Johnny Depp. Is this true or not?
All right. Well, the tweet in question seems to have escaped me now, which is a pity. But this is getting huge amounts of attention. It's the 16th day of this particular civil lawsuit, and Johnny Depp has been cheered as he arrives at the courthouse successively, day after day, and Amber Heard. Whether it's a reflection of anything that's true or not, she is being booed. So the public support is going more in the direction of Johnny Depp, who was ironic today when speaking to the media, saying, "Oh, that's all of my relatives who've turned up at the gate." So there's a tweet in which he's quoted saying that, which I was going to show you, but it's not the case. It's just he's getting, certainly in terms of the public relations war, he appears to be winning that. And a lot of people are cheering him as he arrives at the court every day. Not his relatives. Well, maybe there's one or two. I don't know.
Okay, there could be a couple who slipped through the net. Well, thank you very much indeed for today's edition of Truth or Fake. James Creedon, thank you.